All right. What's up, everybody? So we're gonna take today's the day. So basically, the last stream or set of streams, I was designing this in this thing. What is it? It's like a CB box. It's kind of like a center console, I guess, for my Suburban. So I went ahead and this is what the insert turned out like. So this fits my phone pretty well. It does work with the charging thing in here. So this will give me wireless charging on my center console. This will just sit in there kind of like that, and I'll put my phone in it and it will charge. This will also get my phone off the dash, and that could be a problem when I'm navigating, but kind of my bigger plan is to eventually get one of those like cheap sort of CarPlay ones that just like copies your phone. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but all they do is it's basically just a head unit. It's a stereo that just, you Apple CarPlay to it or whatever, right? And so it becomes your phone on your dash. And, I kind of bounced around like making an insert like that for the, like an iPad install. The problem is with putting an iPad in the dash is I'm not going to have a cell service iPad. So it would be hotspotting to my phone, and there's a delay. So when you navigate like that, your iPad is slightly behind and it doesn't work that well. So for navigation, it doesn't really work. It would work for the radio, or music or whatever I'm listening to. But so that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to get one of those eventually. And so then that will work for this because I can just put my phone down in the bottom and then navigate to the thing. And as long as it doesn't have too much of a delay. And, even the delay, it's not that big a deal. It's like, it's doable. It's just, do you deal with the delay to have the bigger screen on your dash? I don't know. But I think that's kind of the option there. So today I have this. I'm going to start working on the Suburban now. Now there's like these little things that are kind of broken in the interior. So most of the interior is in pretty good shape. There is like, for how old it is, it's really not that bad. There's a little bit of like wear on the dash. And one of the rear seats has a tear in it. And then the driver's seat has the tear in it. Like all the GMT 800's driver's seat has this tear. Basically, all of them do. And all you do for that, if you're in this situation, is you go on Amazon and just... I can't remember exactly what I searched, but Amazon sells custom seat covers that fit the GMT 800 seats perfectly. You buy them, you got to like cut them a little bit here and there. And then, I need to pull the seat completely out to sort of fasten the bottom better because they do come off every once in a while, but it's not like other seat covers I've had where they come off every day. They eventually wiggle loose over like a month. And then you got to pull them back down in or whatever, but it's not that big a deal. If you could have secured them better than I did, then they probably wouldn't. This last time I pulled them down, though, I think I secured them a lot better. I don't think they're going to come off. I don't know, but we'll see. But basically, there's other interior parts like this thing, okay? Now, I can buy these. It's not that big a deal if I just buy one, but I want to learn how to CAD. So, that's kind of what I'm doing here. Now, I need 3 out of 4 of these. So, this is a lamp holder thing that goes in your door, and when you open your door it kind of has like this like lamp. So what I'm thinking about doing is CADing this out, and I don't know, I think I have all of these parts of it, but for some reason the thing is broke off. Like, I don't know if somebody pried it off or what. Like, why Why is the reflector part broken off? I don't know, but I could easily like CAD this and 3D print it with the top piece, and then I'll just if that beige sort of plastic matches, I'll just use that, or paint it black or whatever. So the other thing I have today, that if we get to it, is this thing, which this is a light for my other channel, and basically they were going to throw it away. My brother snagged it. I guess there's a light in here. He put this sticker on it. We can hang it in the studio here, but I think what we need to do is make a sticker for the whole thing. And then for today's music, I got a copyright-free rock. I don't know what. Let me see. I have so much stuff on my desk that it's just I think it's a playlist, so it's a bunch of different ones, but yeah. So thank you to those guys. I was doing a secret project last night that I've started, and unfortunately I can't tell anybody about it because it's going to remain secret the whole time. So I don't know if it ever gets big and anybody ever figures this out. Yeah, I don't know if they will or not, but we're kind of doing something. We're trying something new. Yeah, and it's just going to remain secret. Okay, so, which, I don't know, it seems counterintuitive, kind of, but, okay, so let's see. I need the calipers out for this. So there is another issue that I have with the truck. I'm dropping stuff. And that is one of the, I guess it's the window switch to roll the window down in the back seat. The switch is like in the door. It's kind of missing a panel. I tried to pull the switch out just now, but I can't do it. So the only way for me to do that is I'm going to have to take the door apart. And so I was going to just 3D print a new plate or something and shove it in there, but it's going to be more work than that, it looks like. So so I'm going to start building interior parts. I think, even in the back where my bed is, like, because we're sleeping in this thing, I think I need to print some parts, like a tray that will go back there to hold my stuff, like my keys, and at night when I'm sleeping. I think I'm going to have to take my hoodie off. Shout out to my brother. He got me this hat for my birthday, Harbor Freight hat. So okay, so let's CAD this. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of copy this. So I've got a sketch here. I think I'm not gonna make this like perfectly round like it is here. So am I in this sketch, or let's see. Got to get the right mouse first. Okay, now I'm in the sketch. Let's grab a polyline. So I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to make two pieces this time is what I'm going to do. And then I'll basically, the top piece, I'll make the top piece separate from the bottom piece. That's what we'll do. And I'll just print it as one. But so the bottom piece is going to be, I'm going to have to put some little tabs off it here. But it looks like it's about 22, so 22 millimeters sideways. The back goes up to 24 millimeters though. So we'll do 24 millimeters kind of across the whole thing. We won't do 22. We'll just do 24. 24. We need to sort of make this shape. And I don't know, this might need to be recreated a couple times. By 127. 24 by 127, we'll say. and then we'll pat it down and pocket it, I guess. So let's see what do we got here. So 24 by 127. So basically just need like a shape like this. Let's see. Then we'll just delete this line there. So a lot of times I don't get the thing right like this, and I have to go back through and change it with these constraints or whatever. So this one, we need this one on. We learned that last time, but I guess I have to click the right things, the tangent or whatever. So that kind of keeps it all straight. You know, I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but this is kind of what I'm doing here. Okay, so from here to here, what did we decide that was? 27? 24. No. From here to here is 24. 24. And then from here to here is like 100 and something. You know, and I could just do this top piece. Maybe I should do that. Let's do that, because I think I have all these. If I just glue it to this, if I just do the top piece and then glue it, let's do that instead. And then we'll get onto the sticker. So I actually need it to be 140 by 30, and we need to add some. So maybe let's do 146 by 36. I don't know if that's going to be too big. Yeah, that'll be too big. Do 34. By 142. Let's do that. So this one would actually be 34. And then from here to here would be 142. Oh, come on. Why don't you like that? So weird. So weird how it, like, why wouldn't that constraint work? Why couldn't it just go as wide as possible forever? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You can't figure this out? Be like some old guy yelling at his computer. Okay, why are we red? It's like, no, it can't work. Stop trying to make it work. Yeah, I don't see why it can't work. Like, what is happening here that's the problem? $52 millimeters. Like, I don't get what the issue is here. So what if I make all these the same first? If I figured these out, then they can't move, because it's like trying to move them in a weird way. See that? And it's like, if it would just stay the same, like, I don't understand what the issue is here. Do I need to be all in one? That shouldn't really matter, I don't think. I could put this on here, like this. Oh wait, what the hell? This thing is totally jacked up now. Like, why? What is happening here? That's the issue. I don't get it. None of these are constrained. And it just like, it just like does not want to let me. Should I delete this one? $219 millimeters. That's what that is. And I only need this to here to be 142. Jeez. Sometimes, what if I do this other one? Watch it work if I do this one. Okay. So why did we lose our corners though, computer? Like, why can't we figure that out? Why? I don't get it. Why, what's going on here? Okay, so if we make this like a 6mm round off there, then what happens? So if we go from here to here with the distance, and if we want that to be, oh, it is 142. So how is it working now? Oh, that constraint's there. Like, was that there the whole time and it was hiding? Okay, it seems to be happy about that. Okay, so now from here to here, we want it to be, I don't even remember, 34. Okay, so why was that so hard? I don't know. So if we make this on this line, okay, we're cooperating now. We make that on that line, we should be fully constrained. So I think that should just like stick right on here. We'll just like super glue it to that, right? And it should sort of work. Now I don't know what kind of top shape we want, so we're probably gonna just want to pat it, you know, to be probably not like that. We probably need to like, you know, sort of, we want it pretty thin. There is gonna be lights in here, and then I don't know if I'll even plug the lights in, really. I mean, it's just gonna be a plate to cover it, basically. We could do some like designs on it. You know, go back to what we were doing kind of yesterday with the should we put like a phoenix over here, just to get some practice of that. So what are we at here? We're at 2mm, which I don't know if that's, let me see what you know, I'm from America, so I don't know what 2mm is. How thick is this thing? So we should probably do it, we could do 2mm. I think it should, maybe we should do 3 and then do some fillets on the end. I'll do 3. And then maybe if we can do like a 1mm fillet, yeah, we should be able to do that. See that? It did it. It's weird. I only did it on one edge, but it did all of them. And then we'll just glue this side down, and that will just kind of poke out the door like that. Okay, so let's delete that fillet because it causes issues. And let's pull in, I think I will do the Phoenix. Let's import that Phoenix image here. Now we got some 80s rock going here, right? Jamming. Okay, there's my Phoenix. I actually pulled it in on the same plane this time. Getting warm down here. All right, so what do we need to do? We need to kind of got to remember we went to draft, right? And this is from K-Tech Designs. He's the one that sort of showed me how to do this online. I watched his video. So I think we got to highlight all of these over here, and then we need to scale, and this will create a clone. Push enter point, and then we can just go ahead and scale it because we do need it to be quite a bit smaller. Let's try 0.5 here and see what that ends up with. Okay, so looks like we need to go smaller than that. So we figured out also yesterday that this is working on a percentage. So we're doing 30% of the original here. right? You see that? Like that's what it's gonna be, and that's what it is. That looks pretty good. We'll just put that on the offset, and then we'll create a clone. Okay, we'll push OK. So now we have the original still, which we'll just click them all and push spacebar. Delete that one. And while we're in the draft, I don't know if there's another way to do this, but turn the grid off. I don't know. The grid, it just stays there. It's kind of annoying. So now we'll take this path here, and before we, I think we could, let's actually create a sketch out of it, which is that one, and then now we have our sketch. And I think we can go in here and move that or create a location for it. When we click that, and then it says selecting, and we're just gonna put it on that face. Push OK. Okay. So now there we go. This worked yesterday. So I know, like a lot of times when you're in here, you don't want to be attaching things to faces. Okay. Now I'm at the end of my model. I'm not gonna. That's why I'm doing this. If I wasn't at the end of the model, I wouldn't be doing this. I would continue the model. Okay. Now we're gonna move it. Oh wait. Do we even need to move it? Because now we have an attachment point. So we can actually just come into here, and we should be able to move it here, right? Into our position like a normal sketch. There we go. So we'll just put it on here, and I'm kind of thinking way over to one side like that. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. We could do a Chevy logo from scratch. I don't know. Here, let's pull this into our body here, right? And let's pad it. Oh, we gotta go back to part design. What are we doing now? Freaking Christmas songs? Guess we're doing rock Christmas now. Let's pad that up to like, I don't know, 1 millimeter or something. Or should we do 2? I guess we'll do 2. It would be nice if this was, if that was, had a fillet on it, so it wasn't just straight out, but I guess it is what it is. It should be fine. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, because I've never done this before. Now I'm doing it again. Let's do another sketch here on the XY here. And let's do this like over here somewhere. I mean, it really doesn't matter where, but let me get a reference image. Let's make a bow tie. So I don't know what exact angles this is gonna be at, but it kind of goes up like that, and then it goes kind of over like that, and then kind of up and across here. And then now we're lagging because it has to sit here and process that big old thing that these, when you import an image, it puts a ton of constraints on it. So it's processing a lot. So I don't know how much you could do this, right? But I guess a little bit. Okay, so let's see. So we need this. We need this one to be flat, and that will kind of get us there. This one and this one should be parallel, right? Okay, we're getting closer. I think all the others are forced to be parallel. This one should be up and down. Okay. So now it's just a matter of getting this like to some amount of whatever the exact guys are, right? So I don't know, this one and this one should equal the same length. This one and this one should equal the same length. It sort of looks like this one and this one equal the same length. And then this one and this one equal the same length. And then this one and this one. And actually these two all should equal the same length. Okay, I don't know why we got too many constraints there. I don't know if it will click that. No, it won't auto remove whatever. I don't know why that did that, but whatever. Today it's being weird. Let's try this. Okay, it will equal those two. Can we equal these two? Why does that do that? I don't know. I don't understand. It's like, I don't know what the dealio here, but okay, that's pretty good. I mean, that basically looks like what I have on here. So if I guess the other thing that we want to constrain is kind of this angle, which, let's just say it's 64. I mean, that seems fine. And then this angle we'll say is also 64. Okay, I can't double that. Okay, whatever. So how come I can change this? Like, how do I constrain these? Like, I don't know. I don't understand why I can't make that line and that line the same length. I guess it already is. Oh, it already is because of those two. Alright, now I got you. So if we make that like 6 millimeters, it's going to be way too big. Well, we don't want it 6 millimeters. Because we can't just resize the whole thing. Do we want it like 2 millimeters? And then this one like 2. And then we need to bring this all in. Okay. So can I make these two lines equals? Yeah, and then these two. Wait. No, those can't equals each other. But we do need to make this thing shorter. Yeah, there we go. Shorter. And then this thing needs to be shorter too. Okay, we're getting closer. How big is this right now? 7. Let's like make it 5. Okay, so that took care of what? That one and this one, I think. So now we need to make this one a length. Will it work at 4? Actually, let's go like 3. I think it's no 4. I don't know. That might be too big. I'm just getting worse. This was better before. I think this 2 millimeter here. I suck at drawing. Okay, that didn't help either. Okay, so let's look at this in a different way. So that distance is probably about 3 times this distance. So this probably needs to be more like 5. And then this one probably needs to be more like 7 or something. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so are we yeah, we're pretty much constrained up now. Now it's just a matter of putting it somewhere. Which I don't know, the thing was 142 before, right? So I can't move this. If it's 142 by 34, I don't know exactly where to put it to be kind of somewhat centered up or whatever. Well, we'll just do this. We'll just put it somewhere and then we'll move it later because it's going to be very hard to tell where exactly it is. Or we'll just put something in here that makes sense. So say 10. Well, 10, if we're 34 tall, we could do that one actually. So it'd be 17 would be the middle, right? And I don't know how tall this is from here to here though. That's the only thing. So if we go like this and this, we go 8.5. So 8.5 millimeters. So it'd be 34 divided by 2. All right, we're losing our music, I guess. Minus 4.25. So 34 divided by 2 would be 17. Minus 4 would be 13. So it'd be 12.75. That's what this should be. That should center us up and down, and I have no idea what we want to be on the side to side. But we'll just move that later. If we don't like it. Okay, so there we are for that. Let's bring this back up, and then we will take this attachment point and move it out 3 millimeters on the Z, which should plop it out there. And then we'll pad it out 2 millimeters. I mean, I don't think it looks bad there. We got some error. I don't know what I did. So we'll just do that, and then we'll just glue it. Because there's no, I don't have any. There are like some like clips that it looks like I could put on it, but I think I'm just gonna glue it because I don't have any other way of doing it. Okay, so I think we're gonna call that good, like that. Then I'll just glue them to all the sides, and if I don't like that, then I'll buy new ones later or whatever. So I'm just gonna save this real quick. File, save. What should we name it? Should be like a door trim thing or something. Door trim light. Okay, let's move over to this other thing. So Vinyl Master. Vinyl Master is a program that came with my vinyl cutter. I have a US cutter that's like, I don't know, I think it's like 36 inches or something like that. I have to get used to scrolling again. And so basically I have made these stickers for I guess my band. I don't know. We do live streams on YouTube. It's kind of why this whole rig exists here. And basically I have made stickers. So I made these stickers and whatever. We aren't really doing Garage Fairy Project anymore. It kind of is, but I just renamed the YouTube to GFP one day because I don't know if I don't know what we're we're doing all the time. I don't know if Garage Fairy Project works the way that it used to or what, or I don't know. Anyways, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make a big, none of it ever really worked. There's like, it sort of works. Some people watch it, enjoy it. Not a lot though. Put these calipers away here. And normally I'd be playing video games today for the stream, but I just don't really have any games that I want to actually play. I wanted to get this stuff done, so I've been using this time in the morning to get it done while I'm on vacation. So it looks like if we get a circle that's 13 3/4. Actually, we can take this thing out. So we need to go like more like. 14. So a 14-inch circle. So the thing about this is you do have like these lines here. I'm gonna have to get used to scrolling on this because, you know, when you're scrolling in Freecad, you can just hold down the button. So we have inches right up here, right, and then inches down here. So I'm just gonna make a circle that's 14. Okay. Why did that do that? There we go. Okay, so we can take it, and up here you can see we do have options to just make it 14 inches. 14 inches, and if this little guy is locked right here, it says proportional on off. That's gonna make the other thing, 14 inches too. I opened one. No, I don't want to save that. Okay. I don't know what happened here. What are we doing? 14 inches. Okay. They should be 14 by 14. What in the crap? No, I was on the wrong thing. Okay, this thing is 14 inches. It should be 14 inches by 14 inches. Why do I have another one? Where did this one come from? Let's delete that. I don't know what this is. I don't need it. And I don't know what that is. And it won't delete. There we go. Okay, so I made a couple of them apparently. Okay, so we know that it's 14 inches. So we don't actually need to use that, I guess. Sometimes I use that, but okay, let's try to get our workspace figured out here. So all we're going to do is maybe, I don't know if we should put like a play button in it, or if we should just straight up do like a GFP across it. It's just going to be in the studio, you know, kind of on the unit here. So the thing is like if we actually turn it on, then I don't know if we want to just have like this plain GFP here. So, you know, because I think we're going to use it as a light. Kind of my plan in here is to get a whole bunch of lights to go across the ceiling that are like LEDs, you know, firing down, and maybe some on the walls for the green screen. Because you can see, like, I'm green screening, but there's a green painted wall behind me. So that we use one sheet. We used to use these green sheets, but I painted the walls. It was better. So, but basically, now we need to work on our lighting here. So I don't know what font we want to use. Like if we want to get kind of weird with it, or, you know, what is that? I don't know. Weird. You know, a lot of times I just go for like Old English, or obviously I didn't with the sticker that I already made, but we do have the Old English. You know, since it's going to be so big, this could work, because you kind of need to be somewhat careful when you're doing these fonts on vinyl, because any little like issue in the font will cut weird. There's some fonts that have like these weird shapes that overlap, and it creates a cut line. And obviously there's ways to get around that, but you know, we're just gonna simply do this, I think. And then we'll just kind of center it in the machine there. So I think that's what I want. Just a big old like GFP. You know what I mean? So what I could do is I could change these locations. You know, so like if we put this, like right here, it shows where the location is, where this top part would be. So if we zero that, it's going to zero it on the grid. Okay, see that? So now, if my freaking scroll buttons would work, see, now we're in this thing. This is kind of annoying. There's got to be a way to turn off these things. I wonder if I can figure that out right now. If we go to like maybe layout. these are them or not. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Basically, if there was some sort of way to turn that thing off, I don't know, it doesn't matter really. But so since we're there now, what we can do is we can take this one and we can kind of put it in place of whereabout we think in there, and then we can come up in here and actually sort of center it out. So if we make this 12 inches wide, then you know, we know that if we do 1 inch over, it'll be centered because this thing is 14 inches, right? So we're centered side to side now. Now to get it centered top to bottom is harder because it's 4.3 inches. But that's about 4, right? So it'd be 4 1/3 approximately. So 4 and whatever third is on inches. If we could go back to millimeters, this might be better. Okay, so what's that, 3/8 about, or a little bit before 3/8. So if we take that, we would basically end up with 10 left. So at top and bottom, if we did somewhere around 5 inches, it would be close. See that? And it's just a little bit down, it looks like. So probably we need to go, let's try like 4.8. So I think that's pretty close. You know, we need to ignore these lines. I don't know how to, I wish I could get like rid of that thing. Page settings. There we go. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, that one's gone. So if I kind of click on, I don't know what this is. Oh, that's just a rectangle, I think. I don't know where that came from or why that's there. And that seems like there's a lot of them. All right, there we go. So now we're in our grid without that stupid thing. Okay, so the vinyl cutter will cut this. So you see how we have like, we do when we weed it, we would just basically need to know what things to pull out. Like obviously take this out, that out, that out, that out, and that out. And you kind of have to think about that. So we could do this way, I think. So that could be for one side, and it's two-sided. And I don't know if we should make 2 designs and then we could like flip it sometimes. You know, basically the way that I stream right now, it actually, I just have a picture of it in the stream here. But I like that. I don't know if there's something else I should put on it. Like we could put a little play button on it, or, you know, the YouTube down below, but it's not like that's really useful. Like the reason that I put it on this sticker was because if we put these on our cars, and this actually did work one time, where I put this on my car and my neighbor was looking at it and looked up our YouTube. So that way they know kind of what is this, and we put a YouTube and they search it. You know, it's kind of like those like Instagram ones, you know, that you see on people's trucks and stuff like that. So I don't know if I don't know, but this just being like kind of like a prop in the studio, I don't know what else we could put on it. You know, maybe like huck and change or something like that. You know, just like a little. There's like a little inside joke or a joke for the show there. Let's see, what if we put like get your huck and change? You know what I mean? Like, let's see. So if we do get your, and then I don't know what kind of font we want on this one. I think I used this font for some of in the early days, some of that. But let's see, what else do we have in here? You know, this can always be redone. We do like some sort of like old, you know, this thing kind of reminds me of like an old sign from like a, what do you call that? Like an old gas station sign, you know? Because it's like the shape of it is kind of round like that. Let's see. Like they used to have the old round gas station signs. I guess we could put like some sort of there we go. So they have them like rounded words across the top and the bottom. So maybe we should do some sort of like other shapes, like other circles around it. So we could put the GFP in the middle. And I don't know if I can make this happen, but if we could make some rounded words that go around it to kind of go with it. Get your huck and change. And it looks like they kind of have like somewhat of a font like this in some of them there. So if we just like have get your here, and I don't know if I can. Okay, I can do that to it. But as far as actually twisting it, I think I do have this, which, yeah, there we go. That kind of gets us there somewhat, a little bit here. If we kind of turn this off and kind of make it fatter here. So I'm distorting it on purpose to kind of get it to go around the sort of the shape of my circle a little better there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Like, I don't know if this is good or not, but if we sort of did the exact same thing, get your, and then we put GFP in a smaller circle here. Like if we change this down, let's just do it roughly and then we'll go through it later, like that. Okay, and then let's put another circle here, or another actual couple of circles here. So what we're gonna do here. I don't know about you guys, but I like listening to music that's like has no lyrics. It's just kind of designed to. I don't know if I'm just getting old. You know what I mean, or what? But this is what I think. Okay, so we need another circle because remember it has to actually cut, you know, something out. Like that's the way vinyl works, right? Is we need to actually remove something to make a line. We have to remove a sticker to make a line here. We'll figure all the exact sizes out of this in a minute. But that's kind of what I'm thinking, is something like that. And then we'll put in a huck and change down here, and then we'll get it all figured out. So let's grab another text box. Okay, so what font was that? If we click on this, does it tell us the font? I don't remember. So now I forgot. Do I have to go back in the stream and look at it? Because it won't. It doesn't give me the text options up here anymore. Actually, I lost a lot of my crap. Let's see if we can kind of remember. I might have to go back in the stream to figure out what font I used, because I think it's... There might be a way to go into the actual text, but I don't know. Here, let me see. Let me look at it. Modern number 20 looks like here. So modern. This one. All right. So now we put one of these on it. Distortion, cylinder, and then what you have to do is you pull one of these down to whatever, kind of direction you want it in. And then we can move it. And then we can go back to this and kind of continue to distort it. I don't know. That might be too much. Might be too many words. See, it's just like, it's a little bit too jackered up there. We can make it a little bit taller. We might have to move some stuff around here still. Or something. Make it smaller again. I don't know how to go back in and change this. You know what I mean? Once it's made, like how to, I feel like there should be a way to go back in and change the, like sort of the font. Advanced size tools. Well, that pulls all that out, but that's not what I want. I want my font options back. I don't know. Let's see. Because I like how it says get your, but this huck and change thing is just not going to work like that. So we need to redo it, I guess. Let's see. Edit. Maybe we can just undo until we get back to that point. And make it smaller. Okay, there we go. So, I guess I could have just made it smaller. Let's just make it a lot smaller here so it will fit. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now we'll go to cylinder. Change it into here so it doesn't look like quite so distorted, you know what I mean? But we can still, and then what we could do is just make it a little bit, or turn this off and make it wider. That's what we did on the top one, to kind of make it work a little better there. So I wish that I could like pull this down. How do I do that? And I push that up and push that up. Make it a little bit, there we go. So it's a little bit more. I'll get it. It'll just be slow. Be slow and painful as usual. Right? Isn't that the way? Okay, I think that's close. Close-ish. How come the top worked so well with the bottom? It looks like it's coming out. It looks like it doesn't look right. I don't like it. Maybe I'll just do a straight across and it's like some squares or something. Because the get your worked, but this thing, oops. This thing did not work. Let's try again. It'll be kind of like one of those live, laugh, love signs by the time I'm done with it, really. Let's try that. So, let's put some like rectangles in here. Okay. So this thing, let's make it 10. So then it would need to be at 2 to center it, right? And then this one, we need to make our inside whatever, if we want it to be half an inch, that's what it kind of looks like it is. So 9 point, or it's going to be a 1/4 inch on each side, right? So how big is this one? Big wise, let's make it 4 inches tall. So 10 by 4 on that one, and then this inside one to do that, it would be 3.5. So we have this sort of the same border around, and then on this one it would be 2.25, I think. So that should be, you know, whatever, 1/4 inch or half an inch border. I can't remember. I don't know what would it be, 10 inch and 9.5. Yeah, so it'd be half an inch that we would pull out. So we could make this a little bit bigger here. So now we need to kind of, this is kind of, it looks like it's already kind of centered in here, but if we go like 9.8 on the width, and then we should be able to figure that out. It should be 2.1. So I'm adding to 14. It's basically what I'm doing here to get this centered, you know, in here. The up and down, I don't know. It looks good where it is, really. I'm just going to, if it looks good, it is good. Okay, is this thing still centered? No, it isn't. So, and I changed the size. So let's make it 8 inches. So we need this to be, if it's 14, we need it to be 3 to center that up. And then the height, can we change this to 3? Does it mess it up that bad? Okay, I think it's alright like that. So to center that, we need to go to 11, so 5.5, right? So I'm just centering everything in our box here, and we have a problem. See, because the GFP now runs into this, so we need to make these bigger. On the height, if we go like 6 inches on the height, that's too big. 4.5 on the height. No. 4.3. Wait, wasn't it at 4? Okay, that one's at 4. I gotta make room for the other one. Let's try 4.2. So we're gonna add 0.2. So this one would be 3.7 on the height. Okay, so now the only thing that we need is the huck and change to be more centered-ish. So let's make it 10. I don't know if I want to, yeah, let's go 10. 10 inches, so this would need to be 2. So hopefully that makes sense. This is where it's located, and right here, see this dot? I don't know if you can see that little blue square. That means that it's locating the top right or top left anchor point, corner point. See that? So it says change the anchor point. So what I'm doing here is I'm laying everything out so that it's all perfectly symmetrical, right? Centered, so to speak. It's not all going to be centered. Like this is off centered down, you know. And like I could locate that on my grid. So I'm locating all of this stuff so that when I cut the sticker, it's not like one thing is just over a little bit. Like you can eyeball it to some extent, but I prefer to use the grid. Like what good are computers other than that? They can count and they can locate stuff. Well, nowadays they can do lots of things, but so the other thing too is that this seems too far up. So I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to unlock the lock and come down some. I don't know what. Like, let's try 8.5. Oh. Let's go the other direction though. 9.8. So I kind of like that. I don't hate it. Get your huck and change. GFP. Right? I don't know what else we have in here. Should we do this? Is that in bad taste? I don't know. Like this is like a sign making program. Ooh, we got this one. Should we put some of these in there? Should we put a truck in there? Oh, some deer. Quite often I talk about trying not to hit deer with my work truck. We got the farmer. I don't know if adding this stuff would be good or not. We could add a deer. You know, this seems fitting. I don't know if I'm just not gonna. Okay, fine. Sorry. What is this one? Kind of looks I don't know. What is this one? This one has a train on it. I'm not sure that is drawn correctly. Oh, we have a gas pump. Since we're kind of designing it off a gas pump, maybe we should just put one of these in here right quick. Should we just add some random clip art? Let's center this though before I do that, before I get too far ahead there. So it's 1.4. Let's make it 1.5. Let's click the proportional, so 1.5. And then, so to be centered, what would that be? It would be 12.5 divided by 2, so 6.25. No, not 5.25. So the other thing on this is, what do you weed? I guess you weed this and you weed that. Right? So would that work? Is that even going to work, or I'm going to have to put a weed box around that? No, we would weed the opposite. We would just weed this thing. So so you have to kind of think about what you're going to weed. You know, so I want this thing to be all black, I think. So the whole thing to be black, and then the light will come out of here. So we would get, we would actually take the letters off. We would take this off. We would take the letters off. The letters. And I guess this thing. So we just have that little symbol there. I guess that'll work. What else can we get out of here? General clip art. Road signs general. I feel like maybe this one. There we go. Now, maybe we do 2 of these. So what do we weed out of this? Because it has like this thing going over. And so the way this is going to cut is it's just going to cut all through this. So I guess what you do is you leave the fire and you leave the gas can, and you would weed out this area. That might be kind of hard to figure out. Plus, I don't know, we're making a gas station sign. I'm putting should we put a burning? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see what else we have in here. We have basic shapes. Maybe we can do this. So, so this is all just basically lines where the knife is gonna, it's like a draw knife. So it's just gonna pull it to all these lines, right? So, the story about the huck and change was he was like throwing huck and change. So this is a problem right here. See this? It's gonna cut right here. So it would depend on what we pulled out of this. If we left these lines, which I don't think we would. I think we would pull this. So I guess that'd be alright because we'd be pulling those out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually edit this thing. No, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it. Okay, now this is all one image right now. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it. And go to curve editing and go break apart. Okay, so now what I've done is I've made this into many different, like basically all the shapes are now one instead of the whole thing, right? So I'm going to come in here and it's kind of hard to do, but I'm just going to delete these or move them to kind of up here. And we're just going to kind of, I don't know if this will work or not. Maybe we'll just imagine that this is like change. Either that or I could just make some new circles. Actually, let's just do that because these are like rock shaped. So just delete these. Not sure I need this line either. I can keep those there and keep that, and I'll keep the circle. So let's put in some circles here. Okay, maybe just like 4. We'll make them smaller. And I also don't know how I don't know how big this will be. I guess that's 1/3 of an inch. So it's like we're throwing huck and change out the window, right? Let's put some more in. Some more happy little huck and change in there, like Bob Ross. Alright, so now what I would do is just, not that. Okay, what happened? Did I make I made some other circles. I don't know why that happens here. Okay, so, why am I doing that? Okay, I'm trying to select here. No, I don't want to move that. I don't even know why that's there. It's like there's multiples there. I don't know if I can actually just get a select tool to grab all of these without grabbing the whole thing. I'm gonna have to I don't even know why that's there. Like, why is that there? How many circles do we have there? Okay, let's move the circle. We'll move it back in a minute. Well, let's go Control Z. So it's on 0. So all we have to do is just put it back to 0, because I'm gonna grab this whole thing right here, and I'm gonna right click again and push combine. Okay, so now it is its own picture again. Now the reason I did that is because I need to locate it, and I might want to put 2 of them, but now I need to move this back to 0. So now I can just click on this and locate it wherever I want it. And I think what I want to do is, I don't want to make it too small because those coins are really small, but I think I want to put one here and kind of one over there. So Control C and Control V. And then I have another one here that I can kind of locate there. And then let's go 1.8 inches on the sides. So same thing here. So now we aren't going to center it, right? So it's going to be off. They're going to be off centered. But if I do like 4 inches on here, no, that's not right. So let's go back to 4.3. I think that was good. And then this one. So this one, we're going to click the opposite corner, right? And then we're going to subtract 4.3. So it'd be, what, 9.7? And that should somewhat line them up, but it didn't. So that didn't work. Do I need to go to this? No. I don't know why. I guess because I'm not calculating out the distance of how wide they are is the issue. They're 1.8 wide. So if I go in, I don't know. Who knows? Don't ask me. Let's put it about where it needs to be. And so maybe it's 9.9 or 9.8 or something. Let's zoom out and see. It doesn't look right. Is this thing still centered? It's 1.5 inches wide. So 14 minus 1.5 inches is what? It'd be 12.5, right? So 12.5 divided by 2 is 6.25. So why is this at that? Oh, because it's on the other one. So if I click back on this, yeah, 6.25. So that should be centered. It looks like it is. Or do I need to? No, that should be right. I don't know. Maybe I messed this up. It all actually looks a little bit off-centered. Oh, this thing's not right. That's why. For some reason, the circle got moved again. Okay, now we're looking better. So on this one, if I change this to 9.7, yeah, it doesn't look right. I think it was better at 9.9. So for whatever reason, my math is wrong there. I'm just going to call that good. I also wonder, can I reverse this? So object display tools, mirror horizontally. There we go. So that's, then I got the huck and change coming out the other side there. All right, well, that's nice and messed up. So we got our live, laugh, love sign here. We can cut. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of it like this, and I'm going to right click and push combine. And so now it's all one piece, so I can't get it out of alignment anymore, right? So everything will stay where I want it. So now we'll just come up here to this guy. So I don't have, we were using 12 inch. I have a 24 inch vinyl, so media width. Sometimes I get this to stick, so, and I'm gonna need 2 of them. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do that. But basically from here, it's going to be different based on your cutter and your computer and how your cutter connects to your computer. So I'm going to go cut this and then weed it, but I'm not going to do that on camera. It's just, I don't know. You should kind of be, if you're, yeah, I don't know. We could put in a weed box. This helps sometimes, but I like it. I think I dig it. So let's do that. So I'll go cut this, and but before I do that, I'm going to save it. I have to actually move the computer to the cutter too, because it's in the other room and it doesn't have any like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or whatever. So I guess I'm going to end this stream now, and go to something else. So thanks for watching. Get your huck and change right here. Bye.